What a handsome group. It's okay to applaud if you like. And I'll ask you to remain standing for our national anthem, please. I'll ask the graduates to remain standing for a moment. You folks may sit. I know that all of our graduates certainly appreciate all the support that you folks have given them to get them to this great goal of accomplishment in finishing school, and I am sure that they would like to give you a rousing applause for all your support, so you're now eligible to do that. One other thing that we like to do as a tradition here at ATI is only you guys know how much work it took for you to finish school and how much work it took for your fellow student to finish school. So I would ask you now to turn to your neighbor and give them a rousing handshake and a way to go. Good job. You may now be seated. I'd like to introduce our campus president, Mr. Dick Daigle.
Thank you. Today, we're honored to have Senator Kenneth Alexander of Norfolk, Virginia, as our guest speaker. Senator Alexander is a native of Norfolk and is the president of Metropolitan Funeral Service, a family-owned business with locations in both Norfolk and Portsmouth. He was sworn into the Senate of Virginia in 2012 and currently serves on the committees of Finance, Commerce and Labor, Privileges and Elections, and Transportation. He was also a member of the Virginia House of Delegates for 10 years before his election to the Senate. Prior to his transition into state government, he served as vice chairman of Norfolk's Planning Commission, member of Norfolk's Economic Development Authority, and member of Norfolk's Human Service Commission. Senator Alexander is a graduate of the FBI Citizens Academy, fellow of the Sorensen Institute for Political Leadership, and Toll Fellow of the Council of State Government. He holds a master's degree from Norwich University, a Bachelor of Science degree from Old Dominion University, and an Associate in Applied Science from John Tyler Community College. He is currently a PhD student in Leadership and Change at Antioch University, Yellow Springs, Ohio. So without any further delay, here's Senator Kenneth Alexander.
Thank you, Dick, for those warm words and kind introduction. It's good to be with you. You are a quiet group. In my day job, Dick mentioned that I'm in the funeral business. I left the funeral home to come to be with you because I thought you would be more jubilant and more celebratory. But anyway, I'm glad to be here. To the president and to all the members of the faculty and staff and the instructors, especially to the family and friends and to these graduates. You look marvelous, and especially to our veterans, let me thank you for your service to our country, for making us safe, making us proud, and for representing us in uniform. Let me tell you, all of you, that technology, innovation, cutting edge research is where we're going as a Commonwealth, is where we're going as a country. And that your education is so valuable, so important to our economy. You will experience an appreciation for the sacrifice that you have made as you enter into the workforce, as you enter into your chosen discipline and your profession. You will make more than a person with an associate's degree in humanities. Your technical and career education that you have received will earn you more than a person with an associate's degree in humanities. Some of you have been afforded the latest in automotive technology, and some of you in diesel heavy equipment, others in HVAC. What a wonderful occupation and a wonderful profession that you chose. Those of you who have chosen to be welders in the maritime industry, we have one of the deepest ports here in Hampton Roads, and throughout America, there are ports that cargo leave and cargo comes every day. We're increasing our container traffic. Therefore, in the maritime industry, that's a growing sector. And then those of you who took the course of service management with a focus on business management, that's wonderful, because not only will you be able to perform the tasks and duties, but you'll be able to run the business. You will be able to do your own books and accounting, which is great. Dick mentioned that no doubt there have been trials, and there have been struggles, and there have been challenges, and there have been sacrifices that you have made to get to this point. And no one knows but you the trials and sacrifices that you have made. But you're here, you made it, and you are to be congratulated. As I take my seat, something that joins and brings all of us together is this love of America. America, America. We all are Americans, or we're here in America. If we're not American, we're here in America. So we celebrate America, and it unifies us. It brings us together. It crosses gender, it crosses culture, it crosses religion, it crosses ethnicity. It brings us together, America. And I'm reminded as I take my seat, when the great Ray Charles expressed his struggles and his pain, his personal darkness in his music. And you may remember in 1992, President Bill Clinton awarded Ray Charles the National Medal of Arts. And Ray Charles was called the genius, the father of soul. He was an American legend. And 1986, President Reagan, who was one of our greatest presidents, honored Ray Charles at the Washington Kennedy Center as one of the top performing artists in America. And President Reagan and Ray Charles, they had a very different background. Both were icons, and their lives could have not been, more dissimilar. Ray Charles, of course, was born in the South, blind at the age of 7. He was fatherless, witnessed his youngest brother's passing through an accidental death. He was a high school dropout, reared by an independent mother, overcame drug addiction. And President Reagan, he was from the North, middle class, rose to Hollywood stardom, President of the United States. But they were linked once more again in memory when Ray Charles died the day before Reagan's state funeral. And what I want to mention, this linkage, this unity of President Reagan and Ray Charles. When President Reagan asked Ray Charles, and this is the Republican National Convention, President Reagan asked Ray Charles if he would sing America the Beautiful in 1984 at the Republican National Convention. And Ray Charles sat at the piano, and he said when he was in school, he used to sing it something like this: "Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple." Then Ray Charles stopped in the middle and said, "We're talking about America." He said, "Wait a minute." With that perfect baritone pitch and that expressive voice, very powerful, jazz. He was able to mix country and rhythm and gospel and blues together. He said, "I'm talking about America." And here's the lynch. He said, "Sweet America." He said, "God has shared his grace on me." God has shared his grace. You are here because of his grace, his favor. You are here because of his mercy, because he didn't give any of us what we truly deserve. And then Ray Charles, he ended it. He said he has crowned my good. There is good in you. Don't let anybody put that good out. In other words, never give up the ghost. Never give up the spirit. Never give up that drive, that determination that got you here. Ray Charles said, yes, he did. He did it with brotherhood, sisterhood. There's a fraternity here. There's a brotherhood. There's a sisterhood here. Don't lose it. He said, from sea to shining sea. And as I go to my seat, David, the writer, put it this way. He said, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I should dwell. Wherever you find comfort, whatever your religion is, wherever you find solace, wherever you find that perfect peace, every now and then carve out some time to dwell, and he will keep you in perfect peace. David opened up and said, he is, and because he is, I am. God bless you.
Thank you, Senator, for a great speech. And again, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you folks are really busy, and it takes some time to come out here to the convention center. But before we move on, I want to say a little bit about veterans. Hampton Roads is the home to more than half of Virginia's 800,000 veterans, as well as almost 100,000 active duty personnel, making us one of the largest, if not the largest, military community in the country. Because of the large number of veterans in this area, ATI's student veteran population is just below 300 students. ATI is proud to be able to assist these veterans in making their transition from the military to the civilian community. So today, in an effort to recognize our veteran graduates, they wear a cord that's a red, white, and blue cord. You can see who the veterans are in this crowd. And so before we proceed with our ceremony, I would like all of our veteran graduates to please stand, and let's give these veterans a nice round of applause for their service to their country. And for all of the other veterans that are also in this audience, we thank you for your service also. I believe Mr. Chenik Pika, our Director of Education, will be next.
Thank you, Mr. Diego. I would like to take this opportunity today to recognize the people who spend the most of the time with our students, with our graduates. I know today is all about you, but bear with me. I would like to recognize our instructors and their program coordinators for the job well done. Please stand up. I believe they deserve a round of applause. You may be seated. I also would like to mention that all of you have chosen a technical field. What that means in a technical field, the technology is ever-changing, and it's not going to slow down. What it means for you is you just build a foundation for your knowledge. In order to be successful, you have to study on the job, go to school somewhere else, and make sure to be successful. Thank you very much. Mr. President?
Thank you, Mr. Pika. As our graduates come across the stage today, we would like for you to take a moment and recognize the stoles and the cords that they are wearing. The gentlemen and ladies that you see that are wearing the blue cords are for students who have perfect attendance for the entire program. Gold cords are honor graduates. Those are students who had a grade point average of 3.7 or better for the entire program. And the folks with wearing the light blue stoles are the folks that have graduated from our associate degree service management program. So at this time, as our presentation for our graduates, diplomas, and degrees, I'd like to introduce Julie Gartman.
Good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to be able to call our graduates across the stage today as we award them their degrees and diplomas for all of their hard work. So let us begin with our automotive degree students. Would you please rise? Wayne E. Wright, Jr. Jeremy Fisher. Andrew Corey Parm. Jedediah Michael Mounts, Sr. Danny J. Dixon. James Green. Joseph D. Murray. Bradley Beasley. Robert Monroe. Renee Hughes. Brandon Rivera. Tristan Byram. Quentin Hollis. Jaja Dia White. Joshua Charles Green. Travis R. Wyatt. Jordan Harris. Tevin Lamont Thompson. Dakota Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could just put your hands together one more time for all of our automotive graduates. Next, I would like to call up our heavy vehicle technology graduates. Please rise. Wendell Beasley. You're welcome. Michael Barker. Julia Nicole Miller. Michael Hogan. Wendell Craig Jones Jr. Great job. Kelvin Rogers. Michael S. Lavelle Sr. Michael Smith. Wesley Neefer. Austin Falls. Joshua McKinney. So let's give those heavy vehicle technology graduates one more round of applause. Next, we will have our HVAC technology graduates. Please rise. Ronald Carpenter, Sr. Thomas Hara. Charles D. Brandt, Jr. Gregory Duman. R.J. Volbricht. Thank you. I got this one. Alejandro Zimmerly. Robert Antoine Cooper. Demetrius Lorenzo Evans, Jr. Xavier Lopez. Let's give our HVAC graduates one more round of applause. If we could have our maritime welding technology graduates, please rise. Timothy Beckhart. Lenroy A. George. Cortland Compton. Kyle J. McCullen. Christopher Shelton. Thank you. Matthew Stratton. If we could get one last round of applause for those welding graduates. And for closing remarks, I'll be turning it back over to our campus president, Mr. Dick Daigle.
Well, if you're tired of seeing me up here, this is my last time, so. Anyway, graduate candidates, please rise. That's you guys, you got to stand up. Commencement signifies the transition from education to the workplace. Each of you graduates has demonstrated a specific level of competence in your chosen field of study. This level of competence is appropriately documented by the presentation of a diploma or a degree. To mark the time, honor, and significance of commencement, will each graduate candidate please move their tassel from the left to the right. By the power vested in me by the state of Virginia, I hereby confer upon you an Associate of Occupational Science degree or a diploma with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, you are now official graduates of Advanced Technology Institute.